Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and your support. As always, it really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. If you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, or loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting. Everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, with the New Year/Christmas livestream, in just about like 5-6 days getting there, I feel like there's been some talk a lot about treasures, especially with them kind of, teasing it in the background of the images. Usually they don't even have the favorite items on screen or even acknowledge it, honestly. So it's been kind of interesting in seeing a lot of the community speculate up who could get a treasure. And I kind of felt like talking about it for a little bit because I decided it'd be kind of fun. So let's actually get started. Let's actually put it on screen right here. And we're at SephiesLootandWaifus.com. We're at his website right now. And of course, we're going to head on over to the Goddess of Victory Nikke page. And we're actually going to just go to the tier list, and we're just going to like look at everything and just sort and just talk, because there are a lot of units honestly in this game that can use a buff from a treasure, but some of these units are down so bad that they could just use an alt. So I kind of wanted to just talk about it for a little bit and just like have some fun yapping. But before I get to talking about my personal favorite units that I want to see get something, I want to know, what units do you want to see get an alt or actually get a treasure because they actually could have potential? Let me know. I'm always interested to see what people have in mind. But as for me, I kind of want to break it down. So let's actually head on over, and we're going to actually just sort by Tetra, and we're just going to go all the way down and just look, because there obviously are a lot of Tetra in this game. Obviously, a lot of these units have already gotten like an alt at some point, but I kind of wanted to talk about it because I feel like there's some units that, honestly, I feel like Shift Up even forgot that they existed. And I'm talking about units like right now, like we're talking about Arya here, and I feel so bad for Yan, because Yan is someone who I really like, but I feel like it's just so bad that I feel like she honestly has more potential to get an alt per se. Same thing with Milk. Milk also has an underrated MLB wallpaper that I really like. I'm surprised we haven't actually gotten an alt for Folkwang yet. I'm actually surprised about that. Aid, I'm hoping we get some form of justice for her because she looks so damn good and she sucks. If we get a Soda Bunny like treatment for Aid, that would be insane, dude. The amount of fan service would go crazy with that. I would be so down for that. What I'm actually hoping for in terms of actual, probably treasures, I honestly want to see Novel and Rupee get something. I feel like over time in these last 2 years, they've really fallen off, especially Novel. And I really love their characters, just, the Gyaru, and I love how dumb Novel is. It's so good. Every time she's in an event, I really like her. And I feel like she still has potential, and she just needs a good buff from a treasure. So I would be so down for it if they do it right. I would absolutely be happy for it, because I feel like Rupee, she already kind of got her ult and it just kind of sucks, which is a shame. So I'm really hoping they could probably buff her with a treasure. And plus, she is a launch character, but honestly, there are so many other launch characters that can use it too. I know some people were talking about Volume, and I feel like Volume still has a place because she's still good, but I feel like after Rouge and a lot of other units have been added, I feel like she's starting to fall off. So they want to see it like a treasure in her place, which is interesting. I could potentially see it. Honestly, one of the bigger ones that I actually do like is Yolha. I actually do enjoy her character, and I feel like it's kind of too niche. So I feel like an alt would probably be better. But that's honestly my opinion when it comes to the Tetra of it all, because there are just so many units here. And like I said, there's so many of like, what can you do with, right? But when we're actually talking about characters that have potential here, and we go to Missilis, there are some here that I really love that are just so dumb, and I want to see them actually get more TLC. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a treasure, or we haven't gotten something for Pepper. Dr. Pepper is one of my favorite characters since launch. I actually have her Core 7. I have her summer outfit. I love her so much. I feel like she's really underrated as like a waifu, and I really love her. And honestly, her story with Mary is kind of fucked up. So I would love to see the treasure lore for that if they actually did. I would be so down for it because she has so much potential. Obviously, there are other characters that can use one, and honestly, a lot of talks have been talking about Uni right now, because not only does she have her wordless event right now where it kind of changes a lot of things about her. Obviously, I'm not going to try to spoil anything, but there are a lot of changes. Same thing with Mahara. But when we're talking about it, I feel like Uni, her kit actually is pretty okay if they were to actually buff it. I feel like she doesn't need an alt, but she could use a treasure. And if they were to use that treasure to expand on some things, I feel like she can actually be up here, potentially, honestly, in the good units, honestly. if they were to do it right though. But I feel like because of where Uni is at, they're just gonna straight up do an alt for her in the future and just go from there. Who knows how that's gonna go. There are other characters that people want to see get TLC, obviously. Like, I know Senti kind of fell off, but she still has her, you know, usage. Same thing with Drake. I'm surprised we haven't gotten an alt for any of the characters. Obviously, Laplace has a treasure now, so I doubt we'll ever see an alt for her. But I mean, I can't blame them because I feel like the only person that would get an alt or something would probably be Drake. And even then, I feel like it could honestly just be a little treasure. Who knows, honestly? There are a lot of good units that they have in Missilis compared to a lot of others, so I can't really blame them. And then if we're talking about Julia, I mean, everybody forgot about Julia, and I feel so bad for her. Everybody forgot about her. I feel like at this point, it's just, there's no point in having her. I feel like you just need to give her an alt to try to bring her back to the spotlight, honestly. In terms of the last one, when we're talking about Elysion, Elysion is a huge conversation piece because there's a lot to break down here. Obviously, there's the Absolute Squad that have their own story lore implications where they're gonna get alts eventually, so I can't really talk about them. But there are some characters that can actually use a boost. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten something for Poli or even an alt for her, honestly. Zvi is sadly a disappointment. I really like her character, so it's kind of unfortunate. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten anything for Brid yet, or even an alt for her, because I really like Brid, so it's kind of unfortunate. Soline down here actually kind of has potential. I believe she's really bugged, if I'm aware. I forgot how she is bugged, but it was something like where if she goes to 99 HP, her whole kit is like bricked, something like that. But I feel like out of all of the characters that have been added to Elysion, I feel like they've gotten the most alts, which is kind of funny because they kind of need them, unfortunately. I do think that they're starting to get in a better spot now, but they're still lacking behind compared to a lot of other units. There are so many units in this game, and who knows what they're going to do. Who knows if we're going to actually get something for this stream coming up. I'd be so down for it, but you never know what they're going to do. Maybe that's planned for, you know, still a little bit from now, so we don't know what's going on. But I like to discuss, I like to try to speculate with you guys and just have some fun. Honestly though, when we're talking about treasures though, it's still kind of unfortunate because of how long the grind is in pretty much endgame. And it sucks that some lore is actually locked behind them, so you kind of have to grind for it. So it's kind of like, you know, like a double-edged sword in my opinion. So even though I want to see these treasures happen, at the same time, they're really costly. So it's a mixed bag for me. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I just kind of wanted to yap for a little bit and just give my idea of what I would like to see. Let me know what you guys think of all of this. What do you want to actually see in the game? I'm so down because I always talk to you guys in the comments. As always, I love responding to you guys. But that's going to be it for me. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care and have a good one.